Hey guys, it's Ripon. In my last episode, I did show you how to create Angular service. So in this episode, I'm gonna show you how to use Angular's HTTP client to make HTTP requests and interact with your backend API. Alright, so this was our product list here, and we did some crude operations like add products, edit products, right? If you don't mind, please hit the like and subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification so you can see the future videos just like this. Alright, so this is our Angular service. For now, I wanna remove this hard-coded data, right? And then let's go to the component. First of all, product list. Well, I have these many products here, and this is the method to get the products. What I can do, I can fix this one first. So instead of returning this hard-coded value here, what I can do, I can get the data from the API. Okay, so for that we need to inject HTTP client. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this dot HTTP client get, so we'll get list of product, right? Okay, from this URL. Right now we need to figure out the URL. Okay, so I have a project here. This is the product management and it's running. Also, I want to make sure that it has the CORS policy, right? Okay, so we allow any origin, which is great. So this was another series of API development, so please try to find in my channel. I did like step by step from creating solution to all the way to making the services, versioning, and so on. So many things I did here, right? So you can learn this from that series. I'm gonna run this program. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the Swagger UI. Okay, so this was okay. I'm gonna use version 2. So get product, paste size version 2. Okay, so this is gonna be our URL. Okay, I'm gonna grab that. Then let's go to our, yep, so this is gonna be our URL. Okay, then it is complaining because we need to use observable. Okay, and also need to import rx.js. Okay, that's good. Now let's go back to our component here. So here we have to subscribe that response, right? Subscribe, and you can use products. So here then we can say the products is gonna be this response from the API. Well, then we do not need this here. That's it. Save that. Looks great. Now let's go to our UI and see how it looks like. Whoops, it's empty. Let me inspect that and see, is there any error? Looks like there's an issue. Well, it is looking for the provider, right? That we have to provide that. So for that, what we have to do, we have to go to app.config.ts file, and here under provider, we need to provide the HTTP client provider, okay, which is gonna be provide HTTP client. Okay, save that. Now let's go to our browser. Yep, now we see the response is coming from our API. The product ID, it doesn't bind here. Okay, let's fix that. Because let's take a look one more time, the response. So if we see what is our API call? Yeah, this is the API call, and the response, this is the response here, right? And the product ID, there is no product ID, we have product GUID, right? Also we have a description. So let's fix the model. So this is not anymore ID, this is gonna be our product GUID, and we don't have the GUID type in TypeScript. Instead we can use a string type, and also we can provide like an empty GUID, which is just bunch of zeros. Okay, also we can provide description, right? Oops. Okay, because it is not binding. Okay, here's the issue. Let's delete all these because we are gonna fix those methods in a bit. So it is gonna return something. For now, return null. Okay, even it doesn't accept the null in your product. Okay, now we need to fix the UI. So this is gonna be product GUID, right? We can also add a description. Right? Oops. Okay, line number 10. What is the issue? Oh, it's here. Product GUID. Still there. Product ID. This is in product list component HTML. I did update that one. Well, this is on line number 14. Oh, okay, got it here. This is gonna be product GUID. We don't have the ID anymore. Okay, now looks good. Okay, now we can see the product ID is there, title, description, price, and so on. Okay, that's good. So what we want to do now, we got the products from this method, right? And we use this API to get the product. Now let's fix the edit menu here, edit button. If I click on edit, okay, we want to load the product here, right? And then we can update the product. So let's go to the edit product. First of all, I want to fix this as product GUID. We also have a description, so let's add the description. And what else? I think this is good here. Let's go back to the component.ts. So we got the ID, which is product ID, or we can rename it to product GUID. Okay, so if the product GUID is there, right, so what we want to do, we want to call this method, right, and then we want to call the API to get the product, which is gonna be this dot HttpClient get, and we wanna get a product, right? So we're gonna get a product, and then we have to pass the URL. So what would be the URL here? Now let's go back to our Swagger UI. Let's find out the get method. This is the I'm just posting some temp data that was not a valid GUID. So let's find out a valid GUID here. For example, this is one of them. Okay, so this is our URL, right? We need to use this URL for the API, and here it has the product GUID. So here we have to provide the product GUID. This is actually gonna be product GUID, right? And this is gonna be a string type, right? Yeah, and we also need to fix that here. Okay, here it is any, which is fine. So we get this, then finally we should return as an observable. Okay, looks good. Now let's go to UI, come back, edit. Well, there is an issue. What is the issue here? So we can debug that, right? Let's open the component and come in here, get the param. Oh well, it is still showing as product ID, but here we have that as product GUID, so something wrong. Let's cancel this and this SERP again. Maybe I did not save, maybe. Okay, let's see. Well, now it looks like it's loading something. Okay, why it is loading that empty? Something is not right. Still something is wrong there. Okay, let's refresh the page. It comes in here, and what do we get? We got that a specific thing. Then we are going to pass that to the service. Okay, what did we get? We get that product GUID. Did it throw any error? Looks like there is no error. So let's take a look. Well, okay, I just found it. I did not subscribe. That's the issue. So we're gonna receive a product from the API, and then we can assign that product to our local product variable. That was the missing part. Yep. Now let's open this one, white t-shirt. Yes, so it's coming up. green t-shirt. Yep, perfect. Okay, then the edit is working. Now we need to work on that update product method, right? So this is the one. Let's go. Okay, so here we are receiving the product, right? And then we can return the product once we get the response from API. So which is gonna be this HttpClient. This is gonna be put method, and we will receive back a product, and we have to provide the URL, then our payload, which is the product, right? Now we need to find out the API URL for put method. So the put method is here. Okay, let me put a breakpoint here, update method. I don't want to execute with this empty data. Okay, let's just simply return. I don't want to execute that. I just need to get the URL. Okay, this is our URL. So let's put it here. Okay, and the product, right? If we save that, that works. Now we have to use the subscribe method. So in the subscribe method, we can say response, right? That once you get back the response, we can console the log, or we simply want to return to the product list or home page, right? So for that we need to use the router. So what we have to do, we have to inject the router here, private router, which is from router. Okay, so then router dot navigate, then we need to provide the URL, which is gonna be our product list, right? So this is our router URL to go to the product list. Now let's go to the UI. Come back from the green t-shirt. I want to update the price 8.3 to 5.75. Update. Okay, we have a breakpoint here. Looks like 5.75, right? Let's take it off. Continue. It's done. You see the price got changed, 5.75. Okay, now similarly we can work for the add product, right? Here I need to add the description, and then I need to use this button to the service method, and that will invoke the post method. Okay, so for that, let's go to the first of all HTML. Let's fix the description. This is our model, and then this method, right? Add product. So here we have these all types of things. What we can do, okay, we have to go to that service layer. So here same way, right, we can return. So it is returning void, you can return void, right? Or let me check the API. Well, add product async return the product, right? So it is returning the product. So this is gonna be not anymore void. Instead we can use observable product. So we need to use return, otherwise we would not need the return statement. HttpClient, this is gonna be post, right? In the post we have to provide the URL. So that URL is gonna be, let's find out what it's gonna be URL. What is that? Yeah, post. Okay, try it out. Okay, so if I send this, it is gonna add the product. Okay, did not add because of that exception. Product type ID is 0 here. It is expecting a valid product type ID, which is fine, but I need this URL. Okay, so that is gonna be URL here, and then the model, right, the payload, which is the product. It is saying object is not accessible because we did not specify what we are expecting here, that's why. So that looks good. Now let's go to our component here, then subscribe. So we can say we're expecting a product. That's it, right? And similarly, we can return to the product list page, or we can stay here. So let's return to our product list. So we need a router. Okay, constructor. Here we can inject the router. This is the router. Okay, dot navigate, and then we can provide the product list route name. That's it. Save that. Let's give it a try. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a test. 1 2 3 test 1 2 3 add. Okay, it didn't return, and I do not see the product here. That means there is a problem, right? What was the problem? So we do not have that like try catch block here, but also this RxJS also provide us like to get the error in an error block. So instead of using this product here, what we can do, we can use next, and in the next we can say the product, right? And then we can also use other one as what happened, error. So in the error block we can get the error details, right? And one more block which is complete. So in the complete we can also specify whatever you want. Okay, so what is the issue here? Oh, this is gonna be inside of an object. So I mean to say, instead of what it's gonna be, if we do not have this method here at this moment, this is gonna be something like this. So this is a format, right? So in the subscribe we can pass that object which has a next error complete, right? So next is like if it is success or 200, right, then it will come to the next method. So here we can provide that navigation. If it comes as an error, if we get the response as an error, then it will come into here. Let's console the error, right? And this is like a complete method which is like at the end either from the next or from the error, then it will come to the complete method, right? Here we can say whatever you want. If you have anything to do after performing this method operation, you can do whatever you want to do, right? Or we can also do one thing. Instead of returning it here, we can also return from here, right? Okay, let's do that. Now we should be able to see the response in the console log. Okay, let's add test. We have this here. Okay, 5 at the, okay, we got the response here. What is the details? Error says something inner exception. Okay, so what is that inner exception? How can we get that? So let's take a look our product model. We have product GUID, title, description, price and quantity. And if we see the product DTO, that is like a parameter. It has product GUID, title, description, price, quantity, and it also has a product type ID, right? And this is not an optional parameter, so that's why we need to pass that product type ID, right? By default we can pass 1 for now because we do not have that option, or we can also use the UI to get that product type ID. For now I'm passing just 1. Okay, now let's go back, try one more time. What happened? Yep, if you see the test 1 2 3 5 6. Okay, can we edit that? Let's take this off. Yep, 1 2 3 4. Yes, I can see that. So that was the issue. That's why we need to see what is API is expecting from us, right? That was even in here. Yeah, right, because it was 0 at the time, that's why it was throwing exception there, right? Because in the database the product type ID is either 1 or 2. So this is something we have to keep in mind. Also we need to follow the API guidelines. Okay, so that looks good for now. So we did all these operations here, right? And what is missing is a delete product, right? I would like to delete this product, but I do not have that method here. You can simply add the delete button here. Once you click the delete button, it will pop up a message like confirmation message. Do you want to delete this, right? Yes or no. If you click yes, it will call the delete method and then it will delete from the database, right? And then it will refresh this product list page. So this is gonna be your homework. I mean, say you can try this out at your home. If you face any issue, please let me know through the comment box. I will try to help you there. Guys, if you like this tutorial and want to get more videos like this, please like and subscribe my channel. Also please comment your thought and share the video with others. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode.